All right, last lesson of this Unit 5 for this year, and it's about piecewise functions, which is a extremely important lesson. It does show up on the Regents exam every single year without fail. So a piecewise function is simply just a function that's made up of multiple equations. It takes pieces from each equation. So if you go ahead and do your good old Google search of a piecewise function, you'll see that the definition they come up with is a function defined by multiple subfunctions. So that's what I mean by equations. Equations are just functions, and it's just made up of multiple equations. If you look at your images and if you look at pictures of what piecewise functions are, my computer reload. I feel like I'm working on my Chromebook. You can see that all of these graphs have little chunks. They have like chunks of what look like other equations just kind of thrown together. They look really random and kind of strange, but these are all examples of piecewise functions. You just take pieces and bits from each equation and kind of smush them together, and you get a piecewise function. That's beauteous. I don't know. Piecewise functions will always have a restricted domain values, aka those restricted x values, that you absolutely need to make sure you're paying attention to, otherwise you are going to mess it up, because you're not going to have overlapping graphs. Otherwise, it wouldn't be a function, and that would be a problem. Steps for success that you're looking at here. Just like any kind of graphing that we've been doing, you're going to start off by making a table. Make a table. For each piece, you're going to have multiple tables. Multiple tables, multiple pieces means multiple tables. You're going to start and end these tables with the given intervals. You have to pay attention to the numbers that they're telling you to use with the x's that they give you. Pay attention to the inequalities and make note of your opened versus closed circles. Remember, these guys get your open circles, whereas the or equal to's get your filled in circles. Lastly, use the calculator to help you work smarter, not harder. Use the calculator. Again, you can always be using the equation, but in most cases, it's just easier and you make less mistakes that way. And last but not least, plot the points. So we'll take a look at our first example. It'll make more sense once we jump in, but for now, that's what you're going with.